and thanks for joining me, your sports pilot James Glory, on another exciting edition of Sport Vibe on DNT. We're bringing you exciting and latest sport happenings across the world of sport every Tuesday. This week won't be an exception, so I would implore you to please stay tuned because we'll be right back shortly after this break. Welcome back. It's a beautiful Tuesday, starting from the world of tennis, talking about the competition that was just concluded during the weekend, the Monte Carlo Master that was won by Stefanos Tsitsipas after defeating Casper Ruud in the finals of that particular competition. It was a dramatic semi-finals before the finals where we saw Tsitsipas defeating Jannik Sinner to make it his second defeat in the year 2024 and proceeded to the finals of the Monte Carlos, where Stefanos Tsitsipas eventually won that title to be crowned the champion of the 2024 Masters when it comes to the Monte Carlo Masters. I'm talking about the world of tennis. We refer and switch our attention to the world number 3, Carlos Alcaraz, who has withdrawn from the Barcelona Open that will be taking place due to injury. He won't be participating in that particular competition. Is it time that Jannik Sinner will be winning again, or will be seeing Novak Djokovic, the world number 2, win that particular competition? And quickly, let's switch our attention to the world of football, where we talk about Manchester United. Although their male team are not making their fans proud, but we can't say the same thing for the female team, as they have made the Manchester United fans proud, beating Chelsea female for the first time in the history of the club. When you talk about female competition, this is the first time the Manchester United female are defeating Chelsea to proceed to the finals of the FA Cup. Quite an interesting one. They will be facing Tottenham in the finals of that particular competition. You remember last year we witnessed the finals between Manchester United and Chelsea, where Chelsea defeated Manchester United in the finals of the FA Cup. Manchester United Feminine are back to the FA Cup finals. This time will they be able to win this competition, the FA Cup, under Skinner, their coach, or Skinner messing things up right now for the Manchester United side. And also talking about Manchester United, let's talk about their male side that are not doing incredibly well this season. In fact, particularly this month, they are yet to win a match in the Premier League in their last 4 matches. And you will remember that during the weekend they were held draw against Bournemouth, and this means that they are occupying the 7th position in the Premier League. Newcastle defeated Tottenham during the weekend, a shocking 4-0 defeat for Tottenham as they remain in the 5th position in the Premier League. But Newcastle has moved to the 6th position ahead of Manchester United. Eric Ten Hag has so many pressure on him right now, because anything further than the 7th position for Manchester United will be a disaster for them, as they will be equaling the worst record in the Premier League if they are going to be finishing below the 7th position this season. But in the Premier League is an interesting one, talking about their rival Manchester City back to the top of the Premier League table. We can say this just because of Arsenal and Liverpool failed to win during the weekend. We saw Liverpool suffering defeat to Crystal Palace at home at Anfield Stadium, and the same thing for Arsenal Football Club, as they were defeated by Aston Villa 2-0 in the Premier League during the weekend. We'll talk more about this when we are back shortly from this break. welcome back. We're having some interesting conversation before we left for the break. I said Liverpool suffered a defeat in the Premier League during the weekend to Crystal Palace, while Arsenal failed to win Aston Villa during the weekend. But that was not the only defeat that Liverpool suffered during the week, as they were defeated in the Europa Cup by Atlanta 3-0, making it their first defeat in over a year in the Anfield Stadium. Will Liverpool be able to turn things around in the Europa competition to salvage their season and probably get a trophy for Jurgen Klopp this season before leaving as the Liverpool manager? Remember, they are the third position in the Premier League this season, and if you look at it, it's up to Arsenal or Manchester City, who are occupying the fourth position, to win the Premier League this season. Will they be able to turn things around this week when they'll be facing Atlanta in the Europa competition after trailing 3-0 at the Anfield Stadium? And also talking about European competition, we witnessed so many dramatic matches during the midweek and the UEFA Champions League, where we saw Manchester City playing a draw with Real Madrid, and also you will remember in that particular week we saw Arsenal playing a draw with Bayern Munich at the Arsenal Stadium, and it's quite an interesting one for Barcelona, as they were able to see off Paris Saint-Germain at home in France, and also Atletico Madrid defeating Borussia Dortmund 2-1 in the UEFA Champions League. Quite an interesting one for these teams that are going into the second leg of that match ahead of the other team that they'll be facing. But let's switch our attention to the Bundesliga, where we'll talk about a team that are doing incredibly well this season. With a smile on my face, I'm glad to announce to you that Leverkusen has won the Bundesliga for the first time in the history of their career. In fact, quite an incredible and a remarkable way to win the fourth Bundesliga as a club in the Bundesliga. They did that unbeaten in all competition. The Xabi Alonso side has gone ahead to be crowned the champion of the Bundesliga with 7 matches remaining to be played in the Bundesliga, and they are yet to be defeated in all competition this season. And in fact, they have gone 43 matches unbeaten in all competition this season. They have been able to put to an end the dominance of Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga. You remember, before now, Bayern Munich has been able to win the Bundesliga for 11 times in a row, but now is the reign of a new champion in the Bundesliga, where we see Bayern Leverkusen being crowned the champion of the Bundesliga for the first time in the history of the club. You can take nothing away from their manager Xabi Alonso, who did that incredibly well during the weekend, seeing off Werder Bremen 5-0 in that decisive match for Bayern Leverkusen. Congratulations to everybody associated to that team, as they appear to be unstoppable this season in the world of football. And back to the European competition, we'll be witnessing some interesting matches played tonight in the UEFA Champions League, where we'll be seeing the return leg between Atletico Madrid and Borussia Dortmund, and also we'll be seeing Barcelona welcoming PSG at the Camp Nou Stadium. Will Barcelona be able to proceed to the next round of the competition? As you will remember, they were able to defeat Paris Saint-Germain at France in the world of football. And also on Wednesday, we'll be seeing an interesting match played between Manchester City and Real Madrid. The return leg between these two, remember, they played 3-3 apiece at the Bernabeu Stadium, and at the Etihad. Will Manchester City be able to see off Real Madrid to proceed to the next round of the competition, where they appear to be one of the favorites? Or will be seeing Arsenal defeating Bayern Munich at the Allianz Arena to proceed to the next round of the competition? Enjoy exciting football tonight and in the world of football during the week. I will see you on Tuesday next time on this station. Please feel free to follow us across our various social media handles. Click on the subscription button and stay tuned to us next week. Remain a law-abiding citizen. Stay safe. Thank you.